It's not been good. Well, it's going to be shaky for a bit, guys. Sorry. Not been a particularly good week. Oh, let's see here. I don't have my stand. So, and the camera's not cooperating with me. So, good morning. Hopefully we don't fall. And I can't get the orientation thing figured out either, so. Wasn't how I had things planned, guys. Sorry. Where do I begin? Well, welcome to Morning Coffee with Maddog Merv. And we were going to do this outside on the veranda. I moved my table. Got my awning up. Been doing a lot of improvements in the yard and wanted to sit back there and just enjoy having morning coffee. Unfortunately, it was not in the cards this morning. Wasn't going to be able to do it earlier. Obviously, struggling to get it done right now. Sorry, I'm just not. I'm trying to gather myself together. So, what happened is I was sick for like 3 days this last week with stomach flu really bad. It put me behind on absolutely everything. So I had a period of time when I had to catch up when I wasn't feeling quite so good, and of course that's a struggle. But I did get the things done that I needed to do for I've got some family coming up over here in the next few weeks, and so I needed to have everything ready for it. So with that said, last night my little Finley comes over to spend the night with Grandpa, and I knew that usually he's up fairly early, but I just knew that this wasn't going to happen, right? So hence he's still not up, and I have to listen for him. So that's why we're in the office, not outside today. Last week on the show, we did this piece on how to look in photos a little bit deeper. And where I picked that up from is, been about 23, 24 years ago now. I met this gentleman through work when I was the retail store manager out at Great Models. This gentleman, he used to work for the U.S. Navy, and that's what his job was photo analysis. So he would look at photos and he would analyze different changes, particularly in warships. So they'd give him a picture and he'd have to look at it and say, well, this is different from this and whatnot. So I learned a lot from him about how to analyze photos. People's dress sometimes can help narrow it down to a certain era. Certain known facts like with that lagoon, that last picture, and we looked at lagoon, and I could see, hey, this was taken at lagoon, because I'd done some historical research before on lagoon, and that area looked very familiar. So anyway, I hope that folks got something out of that. For me, it was fun to go back to my great-grandfather's home and be able to stand there and kind of visualize where these certain pictures were taken. It was it was moving, let's put it that way, to be able to look at an area and then look up at the mountain and go, oh my gosh, yeah, this was taken right here, and the house still stands. The man had a very interesting history in my family, but doesn't mean anything to anyone else, so I really didn't include much of that. But it was more about that whole how to look at your photos and interpret things. Now, with that said, this week I put it to practice. I had somebody on one of the forums, one of the Facebook forums, asking questions about the color of the turrets of the USS Arizona during the time prior to Pearl Harbor. And there were all sorts of people that chimed in, yes or no, that no, they weren't painted, yes, they were painted. One guy who is good friends with a survivor, and the survivor says, oh no, they were never painted. There's other crew members who say, no, they were never painted. Well, I've been down this road before too, where I've actually talked with a veteran about his aircraft, and I would say, do you remember this detail about your aircraft? And I would look at a photo and I could see, obviously, the aircraft, and I could see, certain details, and he would swear up and down, oh no, we never had that. Well, apparently you did, because here it is right in the photo. Photos, old photos like that, they don't lie. Now, people can doctor them now and put anything they want on them. But a lot of the photo analysis that I've done, no, that hasn't happened. So, I trust a photo. And in this photo of this ship that was in question, it was obvious. If you looked at it and you knew the time period, the picture was taken in like 1941, right after the Golden Gate Bridge was actually built. This is the last time the ship went out the Golden Gate Bridge. Hey Mark, how's it going? Good to have you on board this morning, buddy. I'm not with it yet. I'm not with it. I'm not going to be with it for a while. Anyway, in this picture, you could plainly see the tops of the turrets were painted. So I just, commented, whatever you guys think, whatever your opinions are, that's your opinions. Photos don't lie. Here's a picture. Here's the picture. And you blow it up for people, and then they still want to argue with you about it. It's like, wow, people are... Anyway, so photo analysis, for me, is a lot of fun. Paying attention to things, details, backgrounds, different things like that. So, coming up on the show tomorrow, I'm going to do a What's in the Box. There's a couple of projects I've got on the table right now, and there was one that I wanted to get finished for tomorrow. Not the way this week went. I have not had the time to put forward on it, and as I would get some time to work on it, other little projects would come along that I needed to take care of, or that I wanted to take care of, so I wasn't able to finish this car project. Hopefully we'll have it for you next week. So tomorrow we're going to do a What's in the Box, but this What's in the Box is going to be what's in my my molds, my resin molds, my RTV molds. We're going to go through that box and see what's in the box, because I'm not 100% sure what's in that box. So that'll be tomorrow. So for the kit hoarder stash, we had that 66 T-Bird customizing kit from the 80s. I thought it was interesting. It came with putty, 2-part putty that's hard as a brick by now. And it has the tools to, sculpt it with and all that, which I thought was really neat. Hang on just a sec. Finley. Come here, Finn. Come here. So tomorrow, not tomorrow. Sorry. Like I said, lots of distractions around here for me. We are not going to do a kit hoarder stash this week. Too much going on. We're going to go back to that every other week thing on the Kit Hoarder Stash. So that 66 T-Bird, it's going to be a lot of fun once I get to it and decide what to do with it. The main reason I got it was all of the cool diorama goodies that it comes with that you just can't really get elsewhere. So that's why I picked that one up for the price that I did. So let's see, no Kit Hoarder Stash, but I do have a major announcement. So this week, coming up on Wednesday, not Thursday morning, but Wednesday evening, we're going to be doing a live meet and greet remote, and we're going to do this at the Valley Fair Mall locally here. If you live here local, you know where Valley Fair Mall is. And then the backside, kind of by their theaters and by Costco, whatever, there's a big parking lot, and they do a car show once a month. So they're going to be doing that on Wednesday evening from 5 until 9, and I'm going to go there, probably with Mustang, I'm hoping, set up, and we'll do a live remote. So we're going to do a live from the car show. It'll be a meet and greet for those of you guys that are local here and want to come out and say hi. It'd be great. But here's the kicker. We're going to do a simulcast with my buddy, Wagon Master 390. He's the guy I talk about that has the channel that talks about CB radios and stuff. So he does a live broadcast every Thursday night, and we were discussing, he was talking about on his channel, he wanted to do a meet and greet for some of the local folks that follow him, and he hadn't done one in a while and was kind of thinking about where to do one. And I thought, well, Mike and I ought to do one together. So because we have a lot of crossover, a lot of you guys like car stuff, and a lot of his guys, because they're CB radios. Hang on. Finley, come here. They like cars, so we decided to do it at a car show. And this will just happen to be a convenient time, Wednesday night. So Wednesday night at 5 p.m. I think we're going to go live at 5. I'll put up an announcement, but 5 o'clock Wednesday night, we're going to do a live remote at the car show at Valley Fair Mall. So that ought to be fun. Mike's a great guy. He's a lot of fun. I don't think he lets his hair down a whole lot because he's like me. Doesn't have he has some core friends that are really close, but doesn't have a lot of friends. He's not like a social flower that way. So I don't think he lets his hair down a whole lot, but I've known him since junior high. So whenever we get together for lunch and whatnot, it's still the same two guys that knew each other in junior high. Let me put it that way. So he's a fun dude, and I'm really looking forward to doing this remote with him. So anyway, we are working on that 66 Chevelle. I'm trying to get that finished. Like I said, just so many other things that come along. I'm trying to I'm trying to work on that USS Salt Lake City in 3/50th scale, the one that was all, warped. Yeah. Trying to work on that as well. But time constraints, fixing the yard, fixing the toys that the kids bring to me that need repair, just general repair around the house. It definitely takes its time. So this week we've got some pretty good weather coming up. Supposedly we had rain the first part of this last week, and then I got sick for 3 days. So I really only had Thursday afternoon and Friday to do much of anything, and that was mostly spent running around doing the things that I needed to do from the days before. So this week hopefully will be better. My daughters are coming into town, the three of them that live in Texas. They're coming into town next weekend, planning on having a family get-together. And we're going to do some visiting with them individually beforehand. So this is also going to be a real busy week, but should be a lot of fun. So, okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Happy Monday.